Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. This is Some Old Elvis Guy. Thank you for joining me. Today's video is actually a little extra video, a bonus video if you like, that I didn't initially intend to make. But after reading a book recently about Elvis, I felt I just had to share it with you all. Now, this book is a fiction book. So it's not telling us the life story of Elvis, which has been done in so many biographies, but it is a piece of fiction centred around the life of Elvis. And I think it's worth having a wee look at. Now, this video is in no way sponsored. I bought my own copy of the book because I found the idea of it interesting. And because I enjoyed it so much when I read it, that's why I wanted to share it with you today. This book is called Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too by Lesley Pilling. Now, many of you out there will know Lesley. Lesley's an incredibly dedicated Elvis fan who puts so much energy into keeping the name of Elvis alive. She's also the founder and director of the Circle G Foundation, and more of that later. Now, what this book does is really quite interesting. I said earlier it's a fictional work, but what it does, it takes the format of journal entries. That's journal entries in some cases that are written as if it's journal entries Elvis might have made, but also journal entries of different people that he might have encountered in his life. What I found really, really interesting is you can see as you read the book that the author Lesley is such a powerful Elvis fan, because the fictional work in here is pinned so closely to real events in Elvis's life. If we have a wee look at the chapters in the book are all titled after Elvis songs that thematically link to the events of that time in Elvis's life. Now, the book starts at 1977 and works its way back. But what I found incredibly powerful in this book is that as you are reading the journal entries, for example, the fictional journal entries of Elvis, it's written so beautifully that you can feel his emotion. You can feel, as you're reading it, I felt as if I could hear Elvis's voice saying those words. As I said earlier, clearly written by somebody who knows Elvis as a fan so very, very well. And the key events in Elvis's life that we already know about are, if you like, the skeleton upon which these journal entries hang. And the beauty in this book is that the emotional aspect of Elvis, I believe, comes through in those journal entries, and it draws us closer as fans to him. I found it an emotional experience to read. I think it was a beautifully written book. Now, in terms of how it's presented, you'll notice it's A4 size, and we have a photo of Elvis on the front. But as you go through the book, there are several pages with digital art of Elvis, which I thought were particularly good. I'll show you some of them on the screen, and they're sort of interspersed through it. And I just found it an incredibly enjoyable read. I found it emotional as an Elvis fan, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect in a fictional book that was based around the idea of journal entries. But my goodness, was it powerful. So I would highly recommend this book, Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too. I'll pop a link down in the description to Lesley's author Facebook page if you want some more information. You can contact her from there. Now, I said earlier that Lesley is the founder and director of the Circle G Foundation. Now, the Circle G Foundation goes back to August 2010 when Lesley first visited the Circle G Ranch. Now, we know as Elvis fans a little bit about the Circle G Ranch. It was a place that Elvis loved to go, where he could almost be at peace and be himself in many ways, which in many other places in his life wasn't easy. And Lesley and the Circle G Foundation have worked tirelessly to have the Circle G Ranch recognised. And in September of 2021, they were successful in getting a Mississippi State Historical Marker erected at the site of the Circle G Ranch. Can you believe there was nothing actually there to mark it until that point? But what Lesley and the people of the Circle G Foundation did was work tirelessly to ensure that that happened. Why? To keep the memory of Elvis alive. I'll show you a picture on the screen of the state marker that now resides at the Circle G Ranch. You'll see a couple of pictures of the Circle G Ranch in the thumbnail for this video. It really is quite an interesting part of Elvis's life, the time he spent there, an important part. And thanks to Lesley and the Circle G Foundation, there's now a state marker to mark that important place in the life of Elvis Presley. Circle G Foundation also raises money for charities every year to make donations to those charities in the name of Elvis, to continue the giving that Elvis did throughout his life, the type of person he was. And it's interesting, that state marker that was raised at the Circle G Ranch is the first historical Mississippi state marker to be internationally funded, ever. I'll also put a link in the description to the Circle G Foundation if you want to have a wee look and find out a little bit more about what they do and what they've done in keeping the memory of Elvis alive. Let me know in the comments if you would like a video that goes a little bit deeper into the Circle G Ranch and Elvis's time there. It might be an interesting video to do. As I said at the start of this video, it was just a short video because I wanted to mention this book that I'd really enjoyed, Take My Hand, Take My Whole Life Too, by Lesley Pilling. If you've liked this video, it'd be amazing if you could click a like for me. And if you like the content on this channel, please subscribe. It would be amazing if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Duncan, some old Elvis guy. Till next time.